to Tea Time with Miss Liz. That's right, it's tea time, and it's an evening tea tonight. So I am joined in the studio with LaFrieda. Am I saying your name right?
LaFrieda.
LaFrieda Smith. I'm so sorry about that. I always kind of sound out the letters and the like with people's names, and I'm like, no, that doesn't sound like. I think that's my French in me. So. So LaFrieda Smith is in the studio with me tonight. So I'm just going to read a little bit on her bio, and then we're going to get into this amazing book that she just wrote. And it was an amazing book. I got a chance to read it before it even got out there. So we'll be speaking a little bit on that and all the incredible things that this woman is doing. She is an amazing young lady. So a little bit on LaFrieda. She is an author, a blogger, and an entrepreneur. She's a wife and a mom of 3 grown children and currently living in Florida. She has a passion for writing, reading, and she loves helping others. She is in the progress of writing a book series, of which she has already released book 1 on May 25th called Beautiful Flowers, all about women's empowerment, which she is very passionate about. So LaFrieda, welcome to Tea Time. It is amazing how we connected. I still don't even remember how we connected.
I totally don't even remember, but we connected, and then everything is everything right now. So
yes.
Right.
So could you tell us a little bit about your book and the journey of the book and the process of it and all that?
So the inspiration behind writing the book was basically I am a part of a group called Valerie Women's Empowerment Group. And okay. I've been a part of this group for 3 years now. And the host of the group who started it, she is a phenomenal woman who they live in upstate New York. And what she does for the community is just awesome. And rain or shine, sleet or snow, she's out there, if she's got to pull a wagon, to feed the homeless, or if she's got to go to women's shelters, she does it. And it's just amazing what the whole community actually does. And the women are so supportive of each other, and it's just so positive. It's just amazing. So when I wrote this book, I wrote it inspired by a lot of women, different women. Not just myself, but a lot of them in the community.
So the book is on empowerment. So with your journey in life, like your backstory, was there a reason why you wanted to bring a voice to the empowering women?
Well, I am a mom of 3, and my daughter is my youngest, and she just turned 18. She's about to turn 18. I'm like jumping the gun here. She's about to turn 18 and become a young woman. And I had a conversation with her about what she was going to do with, her life, in the next stage of her life after graduating. And I told her, I said, you could be just about anything you want to be, even though you had dreams of being a marine biologist. That doesn't mean that you can't change your course and do something else, And I always strive to tell her, it doesn't matter whether, it's impossible to get to, as long as you enjoy the journey, it's all worth it, basically. So she's going to be going into veterinarian medicine.
Oh, wow.
Instead. So, yeah. So she turned her love of animals into she's going to turn her love of animals into a career, basically. And this book actually is about a young girl, that turned into a woman who became a queen. She went from being a princess to a queen almost overnight, by doing what she was passionate about and what she dreamed about doing all of her life, with her mother's guidance.
Do you feel that women nowadays need to start wearing their crowns and being the queens that they are?
Yes. It's like so simple to do that, but with everything that we see on television and all the things that influence women, like how much we weigh, what we look like, and stuff like that. It's just so hard for us to have a positive self-image about ourselves and what we can do and can't do. You know, we're constantly being told we can't do this, we can't do that. Oh no, you're a woman, you can't do that. You know, and I'm telling my daughter, you can do anything you want to do. You know, if you want to play softball, you play softball. You know, boys are not the only ones playing sports, you know, and are good at it. So, you
Yeah.
know, that's my thing, you know.
Well, and that's what I really liked about the book when I read the book. It was the 10 self-care things on how to self-love yourself. I really enjoyed that part of the book because we don't give ourselves enough self-love as women, you know? Yeah, we're told we that's from our spouses, we get that from our children, but we don't self-love ourselves enough. And I think that's where the part of the book really grabbed me. And I was like, I really like this self-care. I'm big on self-care, like self-care books because and self-help books because it's our journey, it's our stories, it's us who we have to heal, right? Like
Right.
as moms, we have to set examples too. If we don't self-love ourselves, what message are we giving to our daughters, you know?
Right,
So
right, right.
so
And
so that was the
yeah, I tell her that all the time. I said, make sure that you pamper yourself, you know, every once in a while. If you want to buy a new outfit, go ahead and buy one. You know, if you
yeah.
want to, eat, whatever you want to eat, just go ahead and do it. As long as you feel good about yourself, you're fine. You know,
Yeah.
nobody should tell you how you should dress or how you should look or whatever. If you want to change your hair to blonde, it's fine. You know, so
Well, I think that's what I liked about your book. And I like the title, Beautiful Flowers, because I love flowers. So that right
yeah,
away grabbed me. I was like, oh my God, I love the title. And like even when I was putting your video together, I was like, oh my God, I gotta find some really nice flowers like for this video.
yeah,
Like they're beautiful. And then I found a couple that said beautiful flowers. I was like, perfect. Like, and then I was finding all these unique flowers, and I was like, oh my God, like I could make like an hour video of just flowers. I was like, oh my goodness, they're gorgeous. Like, but each flower is unique, just like us women, right? So,
right,
and
right.
something that I used to do a lot was buy myself a rose. Every month I would buy myself one rose just to self-care myself. And I stopped doing that for many years. And when I read your book, I started buying roses now. Instead of buying one, I just go buy a big bundle of roses. And I'm like, and
Yeah.
my spouse will look at me, he'll say, what are you doing? I'm buying roses for myself. I don't need you to buy them. I can buy them.
I know, right?
They mean more when I buy them than when you buy them. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
know, right?
Because it feels good when we pamper ourselves, right? So
Yeah,
that and
yeah,
that's what I really liked about your book was really empowering on self-care and women taking care of themselves and the journey of getting there, you know. So I do know that you have another book that you're working on, or that you had one before this one.
yeah. I had self-published one in January. It was called Buying and Selling. It was all about our family's journey on selling our old home 5 years and buying another one, which was an adventure in itself. Since we had never done it before as a family structure, and it was horrible. So I said, I got to write about it. I got to write about it. So I did, and it my the third book that I'm working on right now. It's part of the second. It's actually the second book of the series. Um, it's going to be about autism.
Okay.
It's going to be about my son. My youngest son is autistic, on the autism spectrum.
Oh yes, I
And
want to talk about that.
yeah, yeah, we're going to be, yeah. So I wanted to, because I'm a part of a lot of autism groups and stuff like that, even local Florida groups, and they talk a lot about. They ask questions about certain stages in autism and stuff like that, and most of them have like young children, started at like 3, because that's usually when they get diagnosed with autism. It's like 3 years old is when it starts. So there's like different stages of autism through each age. So for me, I've already been through it. And then I have some things that worked and didn't work for Devin. And then this book is going to be about how he transformed himself during these stages of his life, you know, from being an infant to, you know, a young adult that he is. Well, a grown man, basically. He's almost 21. I keep forgetting that my kids are like almost grown now. Grown
They
up.
grow too fast.
Yeah, no, there's, you know, but he'll be 21 in November. So it went so quickly. Those years just flew by. But yeah, so it'll be a poetry book, and it'll be set to kind of like a musical thing. Because I love music, all kind of music. My son loves to dance and music. So all my poetry is going to be set with like a rhyming type thing. This is my first time doing it, so wish me luck.
Oh, you got it, girl. I believe in you, man. You can do anything.
Yeah.
You got this, girl.
Yeah, it's gonna be subtitled 52 Weeks of Autism, but I'm working on the title part of the book. I haven't got that down yet. I got some ideas, but the subtitle will be 52 Weeks of Autism. So,
I like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to have it out by the time he his birthday release.
So a little bit on your son. Did he win? Did he get in first? Did he stay in first?
Actually, no. What happened was the girl that was originally first, the whole entire competition, she actually moved ahead like overnight, basically. She when he was first that night, I was like texting everybody, and I know I got on everybody's nerves. I know I did. But when you a mother and you trying to get your son, your kids to win something, you do what you got to do. If you got to get on people's nerves, you got to get on people's nerves. I know they did. I know I did. But I woke up the next morning and he literally was in second. And I was like, really, dude? Really? And we couldn't catch up. And it just, you know, but strangely enough, I looked at the competition after he was out, and I did not see her in the standings of the rest of the competition. So I don't know if she was disqualified, because there is rules where you can't buy your own votes. The actual contestant can't buy their own votes in their name, and they can't get robots to vote for them. They can't do like any illegal stuff. You gotta like really like have real people. That's why they ask for your Facebook. Yeah. And apparently she probably broke the rules or something. And you know, but I would think that they would move the second person up to first.
Yeah, you would think, right? So all the viewers out there that are wondering what we're talking about, because yes, we know what we're talking about, but maybe people, her son was on a competition for the Great Baker, America's Great Baker, right?
I think it was the greatest baker.
The greatest baker. And he was number one for the longest time. Like, and we were like pushing. And you didn't get on my nerves, because trust me, I pushed a bunch of people too to come on, let's get this boy staying in first. Because I'm like that. I'm like a mama bear, like the soccer mom of the team. Like, no, this one's gonna win too. Like, let's go. Like, you know,
I know,
like,
right?
So no, you didn't get on my nerves. Maybe I got on some people's nerves too, but I was like, oh. This boy needs it. Like, let's do this.
But I had a lot of people sharing, and I appreciate everybody that did vote and, you know, took the time to share it and everything. And, you know, it was exhausting for me. Those 6 weeks were exhausting. And I can't imagine still being in it and trying to do, because I think my carpal tunnel got worse because I was like on that phone, like constantly. Okay, that copy.
You're like me, like a big old mama bear. Like, let's go. Like my kid, my oldest is 29. Like, and they fly. And then my next one's 26, and then 20. My baby is 20, and it's like it was just like yesterday. Now I have a granddaughter, and it's like, don't grow up so fast. Like, slow down.
Yeah, so, I know, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. So I did notice that you had a book signing. Was that today, or is that happening?
Oh, no, that's tomorrow. No, that's tomorrow. It's
Oh,
June
tomorrow.
7th. Yeah. It's called the Enjoy Your Selfie book launch. It's going to be in Tampa, Florida tomorrow. It's going to be my first book signing, along with I'm going to be with 15 other amazing women, which they've been posting like crazy, like I am. It's really exciting. The preparation for this. I mean, I don't know how people do it all the time. It's like, this is my first one, and I'm like shaking and just nervous.
So this is your first book.
Yeah, this is my first book signing. Yes. And
Yeah.
it's just overwhelming. It's a great opportunity. And, I'm really excited. I'm ready to go. I'm ready.
So how did you feel when you opened your box of books, when you had your first book in your hand?
I cried.
See, a lot of people don't understand that when you're an author, because I'm an author, I cried every time I opened my case of books. I was like, oh my God, like this is my baby. Like,
Yeah, I know. It was, especially the first book was I cried. And then the second book, I was like speechless. My throat, I couldn't even speak. It was, it was the middle of the night, and Amazon had just dropped the package off, and I had ordered like 60 books, and I looked at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've only seen this online.
Yeah.
And then I see it in person, and it was just a work of beauty, that, and the person that did, my cover, did an amazing job on both my books.
Oh my God. Yeah. Gorgeous cover. Like amazing cover.
Yeah.
And I love the title, like Beautiful Flowers. Why not? Right?
Yeah.
Like, I love it. It's simple. It's nice. It's elegant. It's like your word elegant. So yes, if you watch your video, you'll see the word elegant. That is her word. She really loves that word. And in every video, you'll see a word, and that is the person's word. And you'll see it on their poster that LaFrieda, like, she really likes elegance. So I went to go and look for elegance. And with elegance, there's so much meaning for elegance. Like, when I looked up the word, because I did some research to see what elegant really means, because it's different for everyone, right? So I was like, oh, but then I was like, back to the flowers. And then I was like, I don't know, man, there's something about these shiny flowers. And I was like, wow. So I was like, oh, girl, like, and I was like excited. And I was outside, and here I am running late and everything tonight. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I was like excited for this tea time, because I was like, oh my God, like I really am honored when I get to know the authors. When I read a book and I know the person personally, I'm just like, there's something special about it. It's not like when you just go and buy a book in the store and you don't know the author. You know the name, like you can read the name, but you don't know the person. I actually know you. Like, I actually connect with you. I don't know how we connected, the universe somehow, but we connected, and it was like, it was good. It was fun. So yeah, no, it was nice. The way that the universe works for me, I don't know. The universe sends me people, and they're all amazing people. So, and then it was like your son with the competition. I was like, oh my God, like I get to cheer on another kid. Like, I was like, so I was like, oh, I get to cheer the mom on. I get to cheer the son on. Oh my God, I get to cheer the whole family on.
I know, right? I mean, busy. Oh my God. That's why I have to take social media breaks. That's why I have to take social media breaks, because it's just overwhelming, the stuff I got going on, and then my son had going on, and it was just like, oh my gosh, if I let go, and it was interesting during the competition when I took like 2 days off of texting people, they forgot. Most of them forgot to vote. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, you got to poke them all the time. It's like the Pillsbury Doughboy, right? You got to keep poking that. So, LaFrieda, since we're on tea time, what does tea mean to you?
Tea for me. Actually, tea embodies peacefulness to me. It's soothing. It brings a calmness and peacefulness to me. With tea, many things that are creative in me just come out. And with T, anything's possible.
Anything's possible. I like that. Anything's possible because anything is possible, right? And if we set our minds to it. So now if I give you the letters TEA, what words come to mind for each letter?
Let's see. Put me on the spot. Put me on the spot.
I do it to everyone. You got this, girl.
Okay. Okay, I got the first two words. I'm trying to think of the last word. The elegant, the elegant art.
Elegant art.
The artist.
The tis.
Yeah, I gotta put that tis on there.
We throw that tis in, right? There you go.
The elegant artist.
The elegant artist. Tis.
Yeah.
I like it. So, what message would you like to give to everybody about the book, and why they should go out and get a copy, like right now?
Right now, this book. This book right here.
Oh, she has the book. Look at it. It's gorgeous, guys.
Just by the cover of the book, you should get the book. In the back of the book, I'm just going to let you guys know that there is a journal, which I think everyone loves a journal to write in. Monthly journal. You can write down. There's 4 weeks of every month that it's the same question, but what you do, what it's about is growth. You can go from month to month. You can see what your answers are from month to month and see how you've progressed during the process of self-improvement and self-care and self-love. So this is the whole point of the journal in the back of the book. For me, I would love to be able to write down from month to month, if it was a homework assignment, to write down a question, have that question answered, and then go back to it again the next month, and then see if I answer it the same way.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Yeah, you'll find out that it's not going to be the same answer every month. It'll be different because it's all about how you feel, what's happening in your life at the time, books you've read that inspired you, different things. And sometimes it helps you with your vocabulary. Helps a writer with their vocabulary, sometimes.
Yeah.
And, you might get inspired to write a book. Never know.
Or you might just be in her next book.
Right.
You never know, girl. Come on. You got a bunch of books in you.
I know, right? I know. I got two more right now. Just brewing.
I'm like that. I'm working on book 5. I just finished my rough draft for book 5, but I've written in anthologies, so I've written with co-authors. I haven't gotten the nerve yet to write my own book. It's coming, but I'm not there yet. I'm still just baby steps.
Why can't you do it? Why?
I don't know. I kind of like the joining of writing with other people, because then you get to meet people as well, connect with people, and I don't know. I'm working on it, and I want to write a children's book too. So yeah, there's a lot of things in the works, but yeah,
I love children's books. I
know,
them.
Right? There's not enough of them out there. We need to be making more.
Yeah. But it's just so hard to get it together because of illustrations. You got to write it a certain way, and it's a lot of work, and it costs a lot of money to produce. So,
it does.
And so it's so small, but it's there's just so much that goes into it. So I don't know. I thought about it, but I don't think I can do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it. Yeah.
So what was your biggest struggle for writing this book? Did you have any struggles along? Did you find it hard?
This one, actually, I wrote in 3 days.
Oh my goodness, girl. See, you got lots of books in you. 3 days.
Yeah. I mean, I came up, actually, don't let me tell a fib. I came up with the concept of it like months ago, but I actually wrote the book, started writing it, and then put it down. But then I wrote the rest of it in 3 days. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
that's what I
Look at
did.
you go.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it had to be.
She
It
didn't
had
have
to be
any
out.
writers, but no writer's block there at all. It was like, let's just do this.
But I had to make sure it was out in time for
Yeah.
the 3rd-year anniversary of the group. Their 30-year
Oh,
anniversary of the group was May 25th, actually. So I said, I got to get this done. So I did it. I did nothing else. I did that and got it done. I had to do editing. I had to get an editor. I had to get the book cover done. I had all this stuff that had to be done. And, I had no idea that writing a book was this much work, basically. And then that's just the book itself. It's
yeah.
the marketing part is another part. So that's a whole nother, tea time.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I know,
There's
right?
lots of tea times for us.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my God.
And don't worry, this won't be your only tea time, because I do a reunion tea time where all of my guests for the year of 2021 will be joined together. So everybody gets to meet each other and connect, and you never know, you might meet a friend, right? Make a new friend or something. So that's my goal. Is like I like to bring people back together. I like to stay connected in that, because I don't want it to just be a one-time thing. I want it to be a connection and a joining for good. So like if you have a new book that comes out, or your son has another competition, let me know. We will get it out there. We will share. Like, this is what I'm here for. I just love sharing. It feeds me inside. It feeds my soul to help people and to see people grow as well. Because when you grow,
Yeah.
I grow. We all grow together. We're all connected as a seed, So we're beautiful flowers, and we're just in a good old beautiful garden. So LaFrieda, what is your favorite flower?
Right now, it's a sunflower.
Oh, I would have
Yeah.
never guessed that. I was going
Yeah.
orchid or something like that, or a rose, or wow,
No,
sunflower.
sunflower actually, because my daughter loves sunflowers, and she has like sunflowers like on different things. So I grew to love for sunflower for some reason. Now it's like the sunflower it has the yellow. I like yellow now. Go figure. I used to wear dark colors.
Yellow. You told me your favorite color is black, girl.
I mean, my favorite color was black and red, and I'm like, why am I wearing color? Now I'm wearing colors. And my daughter told me the other day, and this is why she's an inspiration to me. It's because she told me, she said, you don't wear enough yellow. So then I started wearing yellow, and it like everybody's like complimenting me on it and saying it looks great on me, and I'm like, wow, and then the sunflower, it's yellow, and then it has the black on the inside of it, and it's a simple flower.
You still have
It's
your black,
not
right?
something.
So your black is still there. So
Yeah.
you're not giving completely up on the black for yellow. She's not just dating yellow; she's dating black
Yeah,
and
I
yellow.
know, right? Oh my God.
So I'm just going to ask you a few questions, because there's some questions coming in from different places. Like I said, I multi-stream, so there's lots of different questions coming in. So
Okay.
I have a question here. What got you into writing?
Okay. So, when I was in middle school, I had a English teacher, English class, and they had extra credit where I was trying to get my grade up, and he said, "Why don't you write a story?" And I was like, "I don't know how to write no story. I don't know about no characters or any of that stuff." So I went home one night, and I wrote this Halloween story, and it had all these characters in it and all this stuff, and it turned into a nice story. So I turned it in, and the teacher was complimenting me on it, and he's like, "This is a great Halloween story. Where was your inspiration for this?" And I'm like, oh, you know, it's like
It just came out.
Whatever. And it just, I think it was it was Halloween month at that time or something, and that kind of inspired me. You know, I don't really celebrate Halloween, but you know, it kind of inspired me to write that story. So, he said, you know, you could be a writer or get into journalism or something like that, because this writing is very good. You know, with time, over time, you know, you can write a book or something. And I'm like, no, no, you know, or whatever. So then when I got older, and I had my kids at a young age, I used to write like books that included like their names in it, you know, for bedtime stories and stuff. And they used to enjoy it. They like laugh and giggle and stuff when they would hear their names in the story and stuff. Especially my oldest son, he would like giggle. Like, I love baby giggles.
I know,
For
right?
some reason.
They just make you giggle.
Yeah, giggle. And then he would love when I would say his name in the book every time on every page. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, they like these books or whatever. So then I was writing other books, you know, scripts and stuff like that. And I tried to go the traditional route, which most writers do first, where you try to get an agent, or you go with a publishing house or something like that. And I sent my manuscript in, and you know, they came back with, you know, trying to charge me all kind of money, and I was like, I thought we were supposed to get paid, not the other way around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why y'all trying to take my money? I ain't made no money yet. You know?
Exactly. Let me make the money first.
So they wanted to edit my manuscript for this price and all this. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna put this stuff away and not even look at it, you know, and put it away. And it's just stuff that I wrote or whatever. But then, you know, when, you know, life happened and I stopped writing. And when I retired a couple years ago, that's when I started, you know, writing again. I said, I could write a book. You know, I could do that. You know, I need something to relieve my anxieties, basically. You know, as life goes on, and you know, I'm 43 years old right now, and you know, with everything that I've experienced in my life, you know, tragic and you know, positive, it's just a lot of anxieties have happened to me. Things have happened to me, and you know, I'm still dealing with certain things, but you know, with me writing and getting out there in the world, it allows for me to relieve that anxiety and stress that I have, and you know, mentally be able to, you know, be in front of people and doing these things helps me, basically. You know, I mean, not that, you know, you can't go to a therapist and talk to them about stuff, but it's different when you do your own self-therapy, where you do certain things to get out of your comfort zone and see how people perceive you and receive me. And of course, people receive me very well. So, you know, I'm just going to keep doing it. It's helping me. So, and it's helping them. So.
Exactly. And nothing grows in comfort. I tell this to my kids all the time. Get uncomfortable, because if you really want to grow, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. You know, you're going to have to get out of that comfort zone, because if you stay in a comfort zone, you're not growing. You're just staying like stale water, right? You're just sitting on the water. You're not doing nothing. You're not moving forward. You're not doing anything different. It's always the same. And my kids will always say, Mom, why do you always want to do everything different? And I'm like, I just love the word different. If anybody asks me what I am, I'm different. I just do it different. And if you don't try, you don't know, right? Right. And look at you. You wrote a book in 3 days. Like, girl, that book is good. And I was honored that I got to read it before it even came out. So that was really, really nice. I really appreciate that. So we do have a question here. How can people get a hold of you if they want to copy an autograph book?
An autograph book? Well, you can Well, you can also follow me on Instagram and DM me. Um, Instagram.com LaFrieda2. You can also find me on well, you can't find me there. On my link tree
Okay.
/ author LaFrieda.
Okay.
That's where all my links are.
I'll get you to send me all of that after the tea time when we wrap up, and I'll get that into the
Okay.
comments. So anybody who really wants to get a hold of you and get a signed book, I know when the difference between a book and a signed book, it makes a difference because then you have that personal connection, right? And you can,
Yeah.
you can put a personal message in that as well. And I do
Right.
believe that you also have Facebook as well, right?
Yeah. You can get in touch with me on Messenger.
So yeah, so and I'm going to get the link tree into the comments after the tea time, and I'm also going to get the link into the comments for the book so people can get your copy. And that I'm still waiting for mine. I ordered mine. I'm still waiting. I like this. The last 2 months it's just been book. And the doorbell rings and it's like, oh, another book. Oh, another book. I need a wall to wall library. Like
I know, right? Yeah.
There's so many good books coming out. I'm like, it's like I need them. Like,
I actually want a freaking room. Excuse my French. I want a room. I want a room filled with a those old school libraries.
Oh yes.
The office and just wall to wall books everywhere. I follow a lot of bookstagrammers, and I've seen some people that post pictures that have these pictures from other accounts that have libraries of walls, and they got these nice chairs, and it's just a nice and soothing environment to read. And it's like, oh my God, can I get my room just for that? Can I get a room just for all my books and whatever? I would love a room where I can just be comfortable, sip my coffee and tea, whatever. It'd be quiet, no pets, no music, no nothing, just quiet.
Well, when you're reading a book, you get into it, right? Like I know for me, when I read a book, I can actually see the character in front of me, and I'm like, oh my God, she's right there, he's right there,
right.
And I love personal stories. I love those are the type of books I like because I know that somebody has actually gone through it. Somebody has actually lived it,
Yeah.
The friction books I'm not too crazy about them because they're imaginary, far-fetched and that. But then there's some of them that I read and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Why am I reading this? I don't really like this, but it's got a good storyline to it. But I'm like you, I would love a library wrapped around me, just instead of bubble wrap, just a library wrap around me, right?
Yes.
So before we close up your tea time, LaFrieda, is there any final words you'd like to share with the viewers out there?
So I just want to say thank you so much for having me for tea time. It's always a pleasure. I appreciate you so much. All the support that you've given me. Miss Liz is the bomb. And
I try.
I know, right? I know, right? She has done amazing things, and it's people like you and me and others that make the world just this much closer to being great. Just 100% great. As long as we keep doing what we're doing, we can get there. It's just staying positive and moving everything in the right direction. There's nothing that you can't accomplish, basically. I just want to see everybody, happy and healthy and, positive about things every day, and just get rid of all this negative nilly stuff and just be, one community. I love that word, community.
Yep.
Just everybody together for once, in this decade or century or whatever, So
No, and I agree, and I'm big on that. Let's start working together. Let's start supporting one another. Like your growth is not hurting my growth, and like this competition and comparing and all that. Like let's just support a sister. Let's support a brother. Like let's just get out there and support one another. You know,
Yeah.
because this is what
Mm-hmm.
we need. We need connection. We need to work together. It is crazy how I shake my head sometimes, and I'm like no. And everybody's like, well,
Yeah.
you support everybody, and I'm like, you know what? I would want somebody to do the same for me,
Mm-hmm.
but because no one's doing it, why not do it? Why do I have to wait for everybody else to do it? I can do it,
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and I love having amazing guests like you on Tea Time because it's so much fun, right? We just sit back, we chill. That's what Tea Time is about. There's no guidelines, there's no pre-questions. It's just flow of the teapot, where it goes, what we talk about, what we share, you know. Again, get your copy. This book, I'm telling you, is amazing. And the cover is gorgeous. And I personally know this woman. I don't know how the universe connected us, but it was for a good reason. So we do have some comments coming in. I'm multi-streaming, so sometimes the comments come in, sometimes they don't. And so Deb is a co-author in
Hi.
Sacred Hearts Rising with me, and she's leaving a couple comments here. So I'm just going to pull them up really, really fast. Thank you, Deb, for tuning in.
She's sharing the crap out of this. Right.
This girl's amazing. She was on Tea Time too, so she did an empowerment thing with pictures and that. So yeah, so you
Okay.
guys might be able to connect and do a book in 3 days again.
Never
I
know.
am
We could
so
do a
proud of you,
whole
girl. In
bunch of
3 days, I'm just like I'm writing chapters that takes me a month to write the chapter, and you're writing a whole book. I'm like, really, girl. So I want to thank all of my viewers who are watching and thank you for tuning in. And if you're watching a replay, you can share all of these tea times. They will be uploaded onto the Miss Liz's Tea Time YouTube channel. Subscribe, share my channel. If you'd like to be on Tea Time, reach out to me. There is no cost to be on Tea Time at this point. Maybe in the future, Miss Liz is doing a lot of different things, so you'll just watch out for that. But again, LaFrieda, thank you so much for joining me for Tea Time. It was an honor and lots of laughs, lots of joys. And grab a book. I'm telling you guys, it's worth it. Grab some books. Make yourself your own library. Build your library around you because that's what I'm working on. In the
I
last 2
know,
months, I
right?
think I got like 20 different books. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I'm just
Mm-mm.
like, oh my God, this one. Everybody's writing books. I'm like, okay, guys, stop writing books. Don't have time to read all of them.
All right.
So, and some of
Um,
them are just journals. So thank God it's just me having to write a lot because I love journals. So, and I love that that's part of the book in the back because I I really like journaling and the self growth and all that. I really like that. So empowerment,
mhm,
we empower one another, you know. We have some more
mhm.
comments coming in here from Deb. Uh, So
She said,
I will
"Pretty cool."
I will connect you guys because Deb does also amazing things. She does a lot of amazing things and a lot of artwork that you guys could connect and join together. Uh,
Cool.
so I think she said, does she want us to connect after the show? Uh, I will have to connect later on because I have another thing to do after. So I'm preparing for another tea time because we have tea time on the 21st. We have tea time on the 24th, and we have tea time on the 27th. And I'm getting booked. So
Yeah.
I'm getting tea time. So that's good. But again, LaFrieda, I am so proud of you. Keep up the good work, and let me know when the other book comes out because I can get another book from my from my
I will.
library.
I will.
And
I
I love
will.
poetry, so I really love that you're doing one on poetry. So I'm big on
Yeah.
poetry. So yeah, and that's big time. So again, to all the viewers out there, if you're watching the replay, reach out, leave your comments. If you have any questions for LaFrieda, I will get them to her. I stay connected to her. We talk on Instagram quite often, so I can send those to her. If you'd like a copy of her book, I'll put that into the link after the tea time. And if you have anything that you would like to ask this beautiful woman, just send it my way and I will send it to her. I will directly send it to her. So I'll be the messenger for you guys. So again, thank you all for tuning into Tea Time. And we will have Tea Time on the 21st with a new guest. And I'm not going to share who the guests are anymore. You guys just got to keep watching and following Miss Liz's page. So that's the way it's going to work from now on. So just tune in and check it out. So we will make a difference, one cup of tea at a time. Today I have a beautiful flower tea time, so to go with the beautiful flower book. So again, grab your copy. And again, LaFrieda, thank you so much for joining me today on Tea Time.
Thank you.